About the band, the 100 Monkeys, is it features Jackson Rathbone, best known at this point in his career for playing Jasper in the Twilight movies.
It's amazing. We made 5 movies in about 3.5 years, and that was an experience. I made some amazing friends, and I got to meet some amazing people, and I count my blessings that I've been a part of something so phenomenal and grandiose. It's insane.
Rathbone isn't the only actor in the band. There's also Ben Graupner.
I think the last movie I did was a movie called Intent that it seems to never have seen the light of day. But it was fun shooting it.
Right.
You can pick up Trapped in the 5150, though, which is an amazing Ben Graupner film.
That's true.
Probably one of my favorites.
Do a lot of bad horror movies. I think my pointy face makes people think I'm a serial killer. And I like getting covered in fake blood, so it's like, hey.
Who doesn't really?
I've met some people. But,
that don't like to get covered in fake blood.
This is sticky. I don't want to do this.
But Jackson and Graupner didn't stop by to discuss acting. They're getting ready to release their second album.
It's called Liquid Zoo. We're dropping it June 28th. Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's a mix. I mean, one of the reasons we went with the name Liquid Zoo is it kind of flows between all these different animals of music. It's like these different genres that we like to dip and dabble into and just have a lot of fun with. And it starts off with a song called "The Fair."
Your plate, messy paper plate. Your messy paper.
And it kind of dips into this new song called "The Sound," which is really just about following sound, no matter what it is, and kind of following something that makes you move and makes you groove. And we got an amazing guest hip-hop artist to come on and rap for us.
Slip me a love potion, I'll do the locomotion, Rama, Kaka, Sama, and Charleston. The sounds got me shaking in a major way, with a little help from Jim, Jack, and James.
And then a fan favorite, Shy Water. And then going into another new song called Time, which is a slide guitar-driven song. And then it dips into more rock and more roll. And then some power ballads. Kind of goes all across the board of genres, and it's kind of one of the things we do.
I'm on the train that hits the tracks and makes a sound that goes clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack. As I head quickly in the wrong direction.
Tell me the story of 100 Monkeys.
The story
Many moons ago, in a living room in Hollywood, California.
The police showed up many times to our door, and so we had to seek refuge elsewhere. And a friend of ours owned a bar called the 24K Lounge, and we needed to rehearse and just kind of jam around. And so he opened up the bar to us and let us kind of just start jamming, but he forgot to lock the front door. So people started coming in off the street and started dancing to the music, and he started pouring them drinks, and then the next thing you know, the place was packed, and we didn't have that many songs to play, so we just made them all up as we went. So we kind of played a little jazz and rock, and just kind of went from there. And then we went back to the apartment. We're like, wow, that was really fun. Let's write some songs. And so that's kind of how the whole process really came about.
When I asked Rathbone about Twilight fans following the band, he responds,
I haven't really been looking behind me that much. I usually try and stare forward, because one time I was looking behind and I walked into a telephone pole. So I don't really look to see who's following me unless I catch a reflection. But it's been lovely, man. Like, whenever we tour all over the U.S. with the 100 Monkeys, it's like the people who come out to the shows just have a great time, and they all leave at the end of the night with a smile on their faces and a little boogie in their step, and they kind of spread that love and enjoyment throughout the rest of their day. And that's really what we strive to do as a band, is just kind of get people on the same wavelength, having fun, having a good time inside the theater, the bar, or the club, or wherever we may be playing, whether it's a bowling alley or the Highline Ballroom. And we just try to make everybody have a good old time. And everybody just kind of jumps on and is on the same wavelength of having a good time for a rock and roll show.
These days, it's hard to survive as a band if you can't back up your albums with a good live show. Clearly not something Graupner is worried about.
I think that's the best part of the 100 Monkeys universe. We've got a lot of really great CDs and fantastic albums, but there's nothing to replace seeing us live. It's kind of like a giant party meets a rock show meets a theatrical presentation of some sort. It's really insane. I mean, and I've never gotten to watch one, because we're always on stage during them. But people always come up afterwards and they're like, "Man, your live show is completely different. I've heard all your records, and I just didn't expect this at all, and it was so bizarre." And so, it's hard to tell without ever having seen it. But
so you're trying to tell me you've never had an out-of-body experience during your show?
Not yet. I've tried.
Okay.
I've tried. I've gotten very prepared sometimes, but never happened.
By the way, if you can't catch 100 Monkeys live or you don't feel like listening to their music, you can always buy the book.
A foray into the literary world.
Yeah. And we were going to use the title "Heartbreaking Work of Staggering Genius," but
it was taken by
Dave
Eggers, man.
already used it. So we
What a jerk!
called it what it was, Every Monkey Dookies. Mm-hmm. And it's, really, the foreword by Diamond Jim Brady explains most of it. And it's just about the things that pass through us in life.
Check out 100monkeysmusic.com to find out when 100 Monkeys are going to pass through a town near you. David Blaustein, ABC News.